यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोऽहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Shri Lord Venkateshwara, who is nothing but Sarvajna, Sarvavita, Sarvashaktiman, bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and entire your family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 25 of 9th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yanti Devavrata Devan Pitrunyanti Pitravrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhutejyaha Yanti Madhyajinopi Mam. Bhagavan Krishna, so finally he concludes the prayojana of Sakama Nishkama Bhakti. So Bhakti means you give something, you gain something. The Jnani Bhakti, there is no giving and gaining. So he keeps himself at the higher level, there is no gaining and there is no even giving. So all this giving taking policy only remains with the Sakama Nishkama Bhakti. But all transaction with completely closed with the Jnani Bhakti. Only Bhakti remains. No transaction available there. But here, Deva Vrataha Devan Yanti. Devas, whatever the deities are introduced in the Vedas are called Deva Vrataha. Devan. Deva Vrataha means the people who worship Devas. All celestial beings and all Devatas, Rudradi and Vishnu, Vaishnava Devatas and Shaiva Devatas, Shakta Devatas and Kaumara Devatas, all Devatas. Pitrun Yanti, so if they want to worship rishis and Pitrus, their forefathers, known as Pitravrata. Bhutani, Bhutejyaha Bhutani Yanti. The people who wants to worship Bhuta Ganaha. Ganaha means there are small devatas. Recently, this Yakshini Devatas Upasana is becoming popular. Yakshini, known as Dhanada Yakshini. These worships are given in Atharvana Veda. There are innumerable devatas, Yakshinis, Gandharvas, even Bhota, Preta, Pishachaha. So they also become the devatas. You can get control over them. Immediately the science mind will say, so there are no Bhutas, there are no Preta, Pishachaha. What I feel, after having long years of studies, these names, they indicate certain powers. The powers which are related to human sankalpa. The sankalpa, where does it exist? It exists only with human mind. The human mind has got sankalpa. That sankalpa, after death, even that sankalpa continues. So there is some kind of powers which is involved with this kind of names. Dhanada Yakshini. Dhanada Yakshini means a kind of source which helps you to gain more money. So when you fix physical money, nowadays you cannot even count, only numbers seen in your card. So the money, whatever you give the definition for it, it will be received by worshipping that Devata. That is also me. That's what Bhagavan says. If the people ask me, those people are known as Madhyajinaha. They ask for me. In the forthcoming verses, means after 26 and 27, these two verses will talk about the attitude and the speciality and the glory of Nishkama Bhakti. When you perform Sakama Bhakti, there are so many rituals are available. You might have heard in Itihasas. There is Dharmaputra who performed Ashwamedha Yaga after Mahabharata war. And this Dasharatha who had Putra Kameshti Yaga. And there are so many kings, even they performed Vishwajita, Vajapeya, this kind of huge yagas. So which they go for 3-4 years. Okay, spent lots of amount, because only the kings can perform it, because thousands of brahmanas to be brought every day, and there must be thousands of ritviks are needed to chant, to offer. So tons of ghee should be available in every day's rituals, and so many dana vastu, the charity also to be done. It has got a tremendous amount of rules and regulations. You cannot miss any one of them. Therefore, even in Kathopanishad, there is Nachiketas, who was a son of a father, Vajasravas. While he started performing Vishwajit Yaga, Vishwajit means in order to conquer the world, after the rituals, he should offer anything what he wants. But what he did was just, instead of offering proper cows, he started offering the old cows which was useless. The used cows, Dugdha Dohaha, Nirindriyaha. So all these things were observed by that small boy, and he went and stopped, because he didn't want to get bad result to his father. Therefore he stopped. This is how the Kathopanishad begins. The indication is, so you cannot miss, you should not miss any one rules. So no rules to be violated there. It's known as Sakama Bhakti. So it lies according to your goal. If you have a big goal, that big goal needs a proper solid big rituals. But the rituals will definitely fructify if you follow according to the norms of it. If you are following without violating, you will get it. If there is some mistake, it will affect the goal. That's what the rules of normal Sakama Bhakti. If you go to Karma Kanda, no question at all. Just they introduce know-how. Do you know what is know-how? How to do, how to perform. This is like a person who doesn't know how to cook. Usually all the brahmacharis, they have to learn in every monastery. They ask us to learn how to cook, because now he is going to be a sannyasi. Sannyasi should not depend on anybody. So they have to learn how to cook. But really speaking, sannyasi should not cook for himself. Niragnihi, that is very serious. Sannyasi, if he is continuing in the society, he should teach something. By teaching that people should get something, then people will give bhiksha. Till now, our Swamiji has created that paddhati. So we teach, the bhiksha is offered. That too, we have to take it in proper attitude, with the proper attitude. Though we are not going with that patra, means there is one patra is known as bhiksha patra, which is made up of a fruit which is available now in Bali alone. The Bali has got so many trees. We call it Thiruvodu. So Shri Patra, it is otherwise it's known as Shri Patra. We should take and we should go and stand in front of the house, though we are not doing, but we are provided bhiksha and with a proper attitude. So every time the bhiksha which is provided, so we should have the prayer. What the prayer? That prayer has to be the 15th chapter we should chant. After that we have to do mantra Eko Vishnurmagad Bhotam Prathak Bhotanyan Ekashah Trin Lokan Vyapya Bhotatma Bhungte Vishwa Bhagavyayah. It should be chanted. After that Annam Brahma Raso Vishnu Bhokta Devo Maheshwaraha Iti Sanchintya Bhunjanaha Annadoshairna Lipyate. We should have food like that. After eating also we should finish with proper mantra and saying Annadata Sukhi Bhava. This Annadata Sukhi Bhava means what? The provider of bhiksha should be flourished with prosperity. That's how the bhiksha has to be received. Now the sannyasis are taught how to cook in the beginning. What they will say? They will take the help of some cooking book. In the cooking book, what is there? So how to cook? The ingredients have been given with a particular quantities which are required. So he should buy one by one. We should put one by one. So this is how Karmakanda is. There is a knowledge which is equal to a book which helps us to cook. Okay. Rasoi Kitab. So like no question. You cannot change anything. If you change anything, you won't find the taste. In the same way, if you change anything, so if it is not available of that particular material which has to be offered, you should wait for the materials. Otherwise, you should not continue with that yajna. Therefore, these huge yajnas can be only performed by the kings alone. And nowadays there are no plants available for samit. Samit means which are required dry sticks for the homa, havan, yaga. So people are putting the plywoods which is not suitable, which is prohibited. We have to value the karma kanda. That's very difficult. But if you are not having sakama bhakti, you are following nishkama bhakti, you need not to require these kind of rules and regulations. Just you can commit the mistake whatever you want, no account. That's what is given in the next words. This nishkama bhakti, so their attitude is the pradhanam, not the material. Your attitude becomes valid, not the material, not the range of or quality of or grade of the material. Just you can go with Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhaktyupahritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. Just you can offer a leaf. If you are worshipping Lord Venkateshwara, just offer tulsi. Enough. As the Naivedya. That also not giving proper quantity chalega. It will be okay. So as your economy provides 1 kg, 2 kg or 10 kg or long mala, whatever it is, but you should be honest with yourself. If you are able to buy a mala for 1,000 rupees, then you have to buy it for 1,000 rupees. If you are able to buy 1,000 rupees but you are buying only for 20 rupees and bargaining with that shopwala, then you cannot have Nishkama Bhakti. Nishkama Bhakti, it values Ishvara's presence. It doesn't value the object, but the value for devotion is valued by the Ishvara. The seriousness, the Shraddha, the dedication and determination, all these things are taken into account. Therefore, Patra means you can use Bilva Patra or Tulasi Patra, and there are so many other Patras also. One Bhasma Patra is there, that is also can be used for puja. And sometimes in deities, female deities, one deity is known as Mariyamman. This Mariyamma can be offered this neem leaf as the Naivedya. So whatever that you have, just offer, that is enough. Patram Pushpam, you can put one flower, any flower, you can put one flower in order to show that your Shraddha as the part of puja. Toyam, you can give one spoon of water, doesn't matter. After having Vishnu Nama, Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana, just you can put one drop of water. Naivedyam parikalpayami, that's all. It is acceptable. There, bhakti becomes dominance, not the object. But whereas, if you perform Sakama Bhakti, the object and goal are getting predominant than your bhakti. So there, it's a complete transaction. How much that amount of bhakti means object are offered, according to that you will be flourished. Therefore, here in this verse especially for Nishkama Bhaktas, that's the glory of Nishkama Bhakti, which is not dependent on worldly object. Therefore, if you are a Nishkama Bhakta, go to Tirumala, you need not to take anything, but you take whatever is possible. One apple, one banana, one leaf, nothing. Don't worry. If there is nothing else than that, if you are not able to buy, just walk from the down upstairs. That walking becomes what? Offering. That he says in the next verse. So now, whatever is possible, fruit or leaf or water, so you have to provide them with a devotion. Tadaham, see, bhaktya upahritam tad aham ashnami. So whatever is done or offered as Naivedya, I receive them. Then what? So I receive them, but the person has to be with purified mind. The person has to be with purified mind. Purified mind means what? He should not ask for finite goal. That's what only the condition. He doesn't have the desire. He should not have the desire for finite goals. He should ask for God. God becomes what? Infinite goal. Next verse. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. If you don't have anything in your hand, you need not to worry. Okay, just make effort. You write Om Namo Venkateshaya, Om Namo Venkateshaya, Om Namo Venkateshaya, or Govinda, 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 or Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Whatever that you can, you just write on it. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Mahashakyai Namaha. So Om Shrim Hrim Klam Glam Ganganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashamana Svaha. Or Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Kamale Kamalalaye Prasida Prasida Shrim Hrim Shrim Mahalakshmi Namaha. So whatever the mantras, whatever the shloka, just write on the paper. And walk with every steps, chant a mantra. Om Namo Venkateshaya, Om Namo Venkateshaya. So this I'm giving always a proper example, that which is easier. or if you are not able to even walk, just whatever you eat, offer them. Yada ashnasi. Ashnasi means then what will I eat? No, you eat, but just offer them to Lord Ishvara, then eat. Yajjuhoshi. And whatever you do the prayer, you offer them. That's very difficult, So you offer your prayers. And one more thing, this Nishkama Bhakti doesn't have the condition even in the prayers. You need not to pray for anything, only because you have the goal only God. But in the preliminary stage, you should plan and ask. Many people think, God knows what we want. We need not to ask anything. Yes, God knows, but you should know that what God knows, isn't it? You should know what you need and you should know what God can give. You should fix in your mind. If you fix God alone, my need is, then He will take care of it. That's what we saw, Yoga Kshemam Aham Bahami. Now this verse, whatever I do, I should offer. How to understand? So, in the morning when you wake up, just say Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. While going to the bed, after completion of all work in a day, just Sarvam Krishnarpanam. That's all. Kayena macha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va prakrite swabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. Whatever I did, physical things, whatever I had in my mind as the thought form, and whatever I had in my emotional things, I am offering everything. Whatever I did, all the actions, Sarvam Krishnarpanam. Whatever I ate throughout the day, even I was not able to chant mantras while eating, but the end of the day, just I can offer, I can surrender. All those things, I surrender you. Yajjuhoshi means whatever you do as in the form of prayers. So whatever you do in the form of transaction, you offer. Yaddadasi, you give to your children, you give to the people, you give to the owners, or you give to workers, whatever goes from your hand, just offer them. Yat tapasyasi, whatever the tapas you do, you need not to have any particular prayer, just go, just do. I have seen, there are sadhus, so who chant Vishnu Sahasranama and Lalita Sahasranama. So 5 times Vishnu Sahasranama morning, Lalita Sahasranama in the evening. That's all. They take Bhiksha and they teach the people, finished. What for they do? Nothing. For the sake of Ishvara. Ishwararthe. When you go to the temple, you might have seen Archana on the name of Swami itself. There are some temples, they fix the time. So this time to this time, this particular time, only the Archana, not on individual's name. The name of only Ishvara will be done. They fix it. You just Ishwararthe. Even Acharya says, when you perform, just you perform Ishwararthe. Yet tapasyasi, whatever the tapas you commit, asteritic karma, whatever you do, just arpanam kuru. Kauntaya tat kurushva madarpanam. This words has to be taken in different way. We change the order, means we change as the first person, Uttama Purushaha in Sanskrit. Yat karomi yadashnami yajjuhomi dadami yat tapasyami bhagavan tat karomi tvadarpanam. Just you change, you chant these words every day while going to sleep. That's all. Everything is offered to the Lord. It's known as total surrendering, known as Nishkama Bhakti. We will continue this verse in the next episode tomorrow in the forthcoming classes. Harihi Om. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ